work hard and we play hard. So right now we're going to work hard. All right? Can you help me with that? Because we've had a lot of fun and it's only 9 o'clock. But I can't think of a better person to start us off to work hard. Now this woman was actually a competition roller skater at 8 years old. And she was also a competitive water skier. She's better known as Debbie Atkinson. Co-Founders Council 2008, Crystal Sphere Award 2008, People's Choice Award, Millionaire Club, National Consultant, Co-Founders Impact Award, Purple Jacket, married to Chris Atkinson, whom she met 3 weeks before he brought her into the Ambit income business and allowed her to retire from nursing in 6 months. She's now an RRN, retired registered nurse. Please help me welcome Debbie Atkinson.
All right, thank you so much. And I do have to tell you this, that all those years of roller skating to start with, and water skiing, and going over the jumps and doing the tricks and all of that, my hip wore out. And so in February I had a total right hip replacement. And and so now I'm living pain-free. I was in Connecticut driving with Tracy one day, and I went to get out of her truck and I couldn't hardly get out. Then when I got out, I couldn't get back in. And then I had to, and then I had to fly home, and between plane changes, I couldn't get from one gate to the other. I had to call the cart. And I called Chris and said, I don't know what's the matter, but you got to get me to a doctor as soon as I land. And that was 18 months ago. And so for 18 months, we've been dealing with this. And so I want to thank everyone. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I want to thank you for all your prayers. I didn't let really anybody know till after the surgery, but I want to thank you for all your prayers. And it really works because I've healed really quick. From February being in total pain, all I wanted to do was lay down, to now getting up and being able to dance here with you today. Thank you. In your little packets, there's a sheet of paper that has, it's a kind of blue. It says at the top, be a mover, be a shaker, be a difference maker. And I put that on that paper because you see all the it shows little kids on the paper. But that represents all the people that you're going to touch in your life. And then I have on there what's written. It says, a young girl was walking along a beach upon which thousands of starfish had been washed up during a terrible storm. When she came to each starfish, she would pick it up and throw it back into the ocean. People watched her with amusement. She had been doing this for some time when a man approached her and said, little girl, why are you doing this? Look at this beach. You can't save all these starfish. You can't begin to make a difference. The girl seemed crushed, suddenly deflated. But after a few moments, she bent down, picked up another starfish, and hurled it as far as she could into the ocean. Then she looked up at the man and replied, well, I made a difference to that one. The old man looked at the girl inquisitively and thought about what she had just done and said. Inspired, he joined the little girl in throwing starfish back into the sea. Soon, others joined in, and all the starfish were saved. You're making a huge difference in many people's lives. This says, you are leaders, mentors, listeners, givers, and lovers. Remember destination is success. Enjoy the journey. All my love, Debbie Atkinson. But let's talk about this in your life. You see, just your mere existence you've made a difference in someone else's lives. Just being here today has that ripple effect of making a difference in so many people's lives that you're going to touch. And as you go throughout your journey, living your life, you don't even realize the people that you're going to touch. You see, just a smile and a nod might be just what that other person is needing at that time. I sent a text message the other day. It was a text message that I had texted back in January, right after simulcast. And I must have got a call and I didn't hit send. Just the other day, I saw that text message was in draft. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was a thank you for something somebody had done for me. And so I sent it just the other day. Now this is 3 months past simulcast. I said, I'm so sorry, I didn't hit send. And the lady responded with, I'm so glad that I got this today. It came at a perfect time in my life. Yeah. God works in mysterious ways. He does. And that's what I'm saying about you. Be a mover, be a shaker, be a difference maker. You're making a difference in other people's lives. And when you do that, it's going to make a difference in your life. You see, when I sent send the other day, I felt bad because it was so late getting that to her. But when she told me it came at a perfect time, I realized that it's all like it's supposed to be. So let's think about your Ambit business. You're going to go out this and share this with someone. Now they can do with it what they want. I had a lady that came up last night after the BP, and she had her guest with her, and she said, this looks so good. And we all know that, right? It's the best. Looks so good. What's the downfall? What is it? What's the one negative thing about it? And I told her, I said, the negative thing about it is you're going to bring people in, and they have that honeymoon period, and they're going to love it, and then all of a sudden, they're not going to capitalize on it. Something will happen, and their dreams will be washed away. And that's the only downside to our business. But we brought it to them, and we gave them a chance. We had a chance to change their lives, and they didn't take them. They didn't do it. So that's the only downside about this business. But you know what? You don't focus on those. What you focus on is the people you bring it to, and you change their lives. You're the ones that's going to touch a lot of people and change their lives. You can be the broken link, or you can be the one that goes on to be a difference maker. Just think about it. So, if Chris hadn't have called me, because he almost didn't call me. He said, well, she's busy, she works a lot of hours, she always makes a lot of money. And he said, she probably won't want to do this. Thank goodness someone in his office said, well, you don't know, call her anyway. And it made a difference in my life. And I've been able to make a difference in other people's lives, just like you will. You're going to go on and you're going to meet people. And I don't want you to be the one that's the broken link. This is very, very important. Listen to me. You don't want to be a what if. What if I'd have talked to that person? Now, sometimes what we think is, what if I'd have talked to that person and they got in my business and got me promoted to executive consultant? Yes, that's good. But what if that person is the one that really needed this, on the verge of bankruptcy, losing their house, living in their car with their children? This happens every day here in America. People live in their cars with their children. And what if that person you was thinking about talking to is one of those people? Do you see that you can be a difference maker? You have the opportunity of touching so many people's lives with the opportunity that you have at your fingertips. So what are you doing? Are you being the leader? Are you being the mentor? Are you being the difference maker? You have it. You can do it. Now, just think about the person that shared it with you. I'm sure they had all of those little butterflies in their stomach when they picked that phone up to call you. Oh, you know, she's not going to want to do it. She makes a lot of money. She's busy. She's this, she's that. But they picked the phone up and called you anyway. And they made that difference in people's lives. And I see it all around. Different people that's called different people throughout here. And you made a difference in people's lives. Now, you have the ability to go out and do the same exact thing. And then now, you've signed up a few consultants, or maybe you've signed up one and they've signed up one. And now you get to work with a team. You get to be a difference maker there. How do you make a difference in your team's life? Well, you just do what Ambit University tells you to do. You just stay plugged in. You just keep coming. You keep going to the meetings. You keep inviting. You go to Ambitious Women. You go to Ambition. You stay plugged in. You call your teammates. You call your upline. You do all those simple things that just you think, well, I don't need to do that. It's simple and it's so easy to say, I don't need to do that today. But you see, by doing these little menial tasks, it all compounds together to make a difference in people's lives. You see, that's going to trickle on down throughout your whole organization. You're going to make a difference. You're going to make a difference. Don't be the what if and don't talk to someone, or don't pick up the phone and call them because you're worried about what they're going to say. Oh no, pick up the phone and call them. And they might say, nope, not for me. Just like one guy did to me. Nope, not for me. Okay, but he referred somebody, and the person that he referred jumped in my business 5 months later, and we've made a huge difference in so many people's lives. That was Pastor Kenny Smith. But the person that I called, he was a limo driver. You know, I could have said, I don't know. I could have prejudged him and not shared it with him. But I asked him for a referral. He didn't want to do the business. So now I'm having to call a total stranger. Okay, he lined it up first so that the guy was expecting my call. And I kept following up, and you know your fortune's in your follow-up. So as I kept following up, he jumped in my business 5 months later. He was living, what he says, he was living in the ghetto. He was in a small apartment, and he had kids and grandkids living there, and they just weren't making ends meet. And now they live in a wonderful home. They don't have to want for anything. He got, for the first time, got to buy his wife a brand new car off the showroom floor. He said he always bought stuff that was over 10 years old. That's what they always drove. Something was 10 years old or older. And he's gone on to touch so many people's lives and touch more lives. And many of those people are right in this room. So if you're under Pastor Kenny Smith, that's where all of that comes from. It's making a difference in other people's lives. Be the little girl on the beach and be worried about one starfish at a time. And pretty soon, before you even know it, you're going to have everybody on your list, and then some. You're going to have made a difference in their lives. See, because some people aren't going to join you right away, but that's okay. Once they see your success and they really see that it's working for you, they're going to be in your business. So they can be in your MC business, or they can be in your NC business, right? So it's pay me now or pay me later. And that happened. I showed someone this business, and if he'd have joined, he'd have been my MC code. He's in my NC code. So it will happen. It will happen. We've been there, and we've done all of this that we tell you. And so just know that you're going to be a difference maker. You're going to follow the leader, and then you're going to become the leader. You're going to become the mentor. You're going to become the difference maker in so many people's lives. Don't pass up on that chance, because you know, I know 100% without a shadow of a doubt that you are a difference maker. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourselves a big, big round of applause.